Hi, hello, this is Jeremy Pei from Singapore and welcome to this DVD, Professional Cane Techniques. In this DVD, I'll be sharing with you a variety of various routines using the appearing canes. I've been performing with the appearing canes since I was at a very young age, and even till today, I still feature a full cane act in my show. So I hope you enjoy the routines and ideas. So if you're ready, let's get started right now. Alright, before we get into the magic and the routines using the appearing canes, right now I would like to share with you a little bit of background and history with regards to this apparatus based on my research and understanding. The appearing cane was first invented back in the year 1947 by a gentleman named Russell Walsh. Russ Walsh invented the appearing canes back then, and it became very popular among magicians. There is a problem, however, with regards to the Walsh appearing canes, especially in my country, in Singapore. It's a very humid country, so the cane, the spring, tends to rust in our country. So that cane, I used to have one of those Walsh canes before. They rust very quickly and it kind of can't expand anymore. So one of the more popular appearing canes which I used since I was a kid was a cane right here. This is a plastic appearing cane made by Fantasio. So Fantasio innovated a lot of these canes and candles and made them into plastic. So this is a plastic appearing cane. It collapsed the exact same way as a regular appearing cane, and it has this little latch which locks on the cane like that. So this is the Fantasio appearing cane. Now, of course, the plastic canes, they're kind of wobbly sometimes, even if you tighten them up and kind of like heat them up and all to keep them rather firm, but it's still a little fragile. So the metal canes are still a little better. One of the most popular metal canes ever made is from Japan, a company by the name of Huracan. What I'm holding here is a Huracan appearing cane. This is a Huracan appearing cane. The Huracan appearing cane has a nice bronze color on it. This nice bronze color shows up as black on stage. It's very strong, very durable appearing cane. Many magicians have been using these canes in their performances. And the Huracan appearing cane also pioneered a brand new type of catch release. That is this spring catch release over here. And the spring catch release allows you to simply open the catch by tenkai palming, okay, this is like tenkai palm, the cane, and pushing down on the cane like this, and that would release your appearing cane for it to appear. Now, another very popular appearing cane made in the market is by a gentleman, great Maka Tendo. This is a Maka Tendo appearing cane. The Maka Tendo appearing cane, this cane I'm holding here, is one which I purchased back in the late 90s. Back in the late 90s, Maka Tendo sell these canes in conventions and in his lectures as well. It also has a nice bronze color on it. But however, Maka Tendo innovated this appearing cane into what we call a soft cane, as such that this cane can be collapsed very quickly, just like this. Unlike the Huracan cane, it can't really close that fast because of the spring tension. The Maka Tendo cane is able to collapse very quickly. Now the concept of this soft cane, okay, was initially meant just purely so that one could close the cane fast to set up. However, many magicians, including Maka Tendo, have created some routines and ideas using a soft cane. I've also heard stories from another magician friend of mine, Mr. Albert Tam from Hong Kong, who told me that this soft cane concept was first used by a magician from America, Dale Sawick, in his act, because he has a Walsh cane which kind of like closed pretty quickly. So he actually used the concept of a soft cane in his act as well. So with the soft cane, many effects are possible. However, this cane does not use the spring catch release. It still has the old lever catch, whereby you have to use your thumb to push, then you release the cane. In the year 2001, I think it's 2001 or 2002, Makatendo then made another revolutionary change to the appearing canes which he sells, and that is by adding colors to the appearing cane. So we have many different colors of the appearing cane, which allows the performer to create many different routines with them. Now these appearing canes with the colors on them still have the soft cane feature, therefore you could vanish them, and they are all made now with the Huracan spring catch release right here, which makes it really easy to open. Now based on my research as well, I have also found out that the concept for using a color cane on an appearing cane, especially the metal appearing cane, was first introduced by a magician from Japan by the name of George Honda. He first introduced the colored cane back in the 90s, and Makatendo then made it popular when it is about, I think, year 2001, 2002. So this is a little bit of history and background regarding the appearing canes. So if you're ready, we're going to get on to some of the magic and routines with them. Okay, right now we're going to show the proper technique and the safe way to close your appearing cane, because the last thing you want to do is for the cane to fly away, hit someone, or for it to fly up and hit yourself. So the best way, the proper way to close an appearing cane, to learn closing the appearing cane, is to do this. First of all, you want to hold the cane in the center with your left hand. With the right hand, we're going to come over here to the end, and we're going to twist it to the front, okay, or clockwise. And as we twist it, you will realize that the spring is getting loose, okay, right at this half here, which allows you to bring both hands together easily like that. And after you've done that, have the cane, okay, push right against your right palm. Right hand will grab the entire cane, then the left hand will come over here to the bottom part, and it's going to push everything down like this, and you're going to twist it a little bit clockwise with your right hand, as such that your left hand can take over, then apply the lock. It's very important whenever you appear this cane, do not shoot it at someone, and try to avoid it like just shooting it against yourself, because it can get painful, it can hurt. If you're just starting out, or if you're a kid trying to start learning appearing canes, I recommend using the plastic cane to begin with instead of the metal canes. Okay, please be very careful not to hurt yourself with the appearing cane. So this is how you can properly close the appearing cane, and it would apply to most appearing canes in the market apart from the Makatendo cane. Okay, right now we're going to discuss some flourishes which you can perform with a cane. Now, an appearing cane, some magicians may consider it a little bit old school, a little bit old-fashioned. However, personally for myself, I think the appearing cane is a very powerful magic apparatus because it packs small, it plays big, and it allows the performer to move on stage and create many different pictures and poses on stage. I remember when I was just 13 years old performing in my school, and I had one appearing cane in my act. All I did was open the show with a silk, waving it around on stage, and transform the silk to a cane, and instantly I got an ovation from the entire school. It was a very satisfying feeling. Now, of course, there are many ways you can use the cane as part of your act. If you're using a traditional cane, you can come in a tails with a top hat, kind of like a classic top hat, tails, tuxedo magician look. All the canes can be used as part of an illusion act. You could have something like a cane cabinet, just by appearing a few canes. There are many ways to innovate as well. The cane could transform into many things. It could transform into a perch for doves. It could also transform into like a mic stand. Many ideas. So with regards to flourishes, we're going to start off by showing you the first flourish. This is the finger twirl, which looks like this. A finger twirl, all you have to do is clip the cane with the thumb and index finger, and with the middle finger we're going to come over here to kick the cane to form a twist like this. And as it go over to here, we're going to take it over with the ring finger, then with the pinky, then it's going to go back one round. So from the thumb and index finger, it's going to go to the middle and index, ring and middle, pinky and ring. It's going to go back up the top, kind of like a coin roll. So if we do a complete roll like this, you get about 6-7 turns of a cane, just like this. One complete finger twirl round. So this is one of the most basic flourish with an appearing cane, or with a cane, a standard finger twirl. Or you could simply just do a few rounds, just 1, 2. You could do that as well. So the next flourish we're going to get into is a move which looks something like this. This is a very pretty flourish which you could do with an appearing cane. The technique to do this flourish looks something like this. First off, we hold the cane like this in your fist. We're going to twist the cane, okay, with the cane palm down. Twist the cane, twist your arm, such that you can't twist anymore. You're going to bend your elbow. The cane is going to go to the back of your arm. You're going to release the cane, turn your arm at the same time and catch the cane like this. And while you caught the cane like this, you could actually go one more round again, like this. We're going to do it one more time in slow motion. Watch, from here, we're going to turn up, down, down, and catch. Okay, one more time, like this. Twist your arm, bend your arm, drop the cane, straighten your arm, catch the cane. Now personally, I created a different flourish with this move using 2 canes. With 2 canes, you could also do the same move with your left hand, like this. But now what we're going to do is we're going to do the move with both hands, like this. Instead of dropping, we're going to cross our hand. The right hand is going to come and grab the cane on the left, which is the white cane. And the left hand is going to come over here and grab the cane on the right, like that. Then I'm going to swing down with both hands, and this completes the flourish. I'm going to do it one more time in regular speed right now. Look something like this. It's a very beautiful flourish with 2 canes. And if you play with movement a little bit, I can spin this to the side, come down with the cane, and I can then pose with 1 cane over my shoulder. Okay? Now, another flourish which you might want to consider with an appearing cane is a few toss flourishes. Toss flourishes are flourishes like this, tossing the cane from left to the right, like this, okay, from down to up. You might also want to consider spinning the cane underneath your arm, so you can catch it right here on the left hand. I'm tossing it from the right hand, underneath my left arm, and catching it with my left hand. We're going to do it again, like this. Of course, you can do it with both sides as well. Tossing it under the arm. Another flourish is just to do a single turn by tossing the cane, have it spin 1 round, kind of like a juggling pin move, and catch it just like this. This is also another flourish which you could do with an appearing cane. So now I've shared some flourishes with you which you could include into your cane routines. Now let's move on to some magic. Hello and welcome to this section whereby we'll be talking about routines and ideas using an appearing cane. And for explanation purposes, we'll be using, for the entire DVD, Maka Tendo appearing canes for the filming and explanation. If you'd like to purchase Maka Tendo appearing canes, you could contact dealers from Japan, or if you're in America, you might want to contact Seal Magic USA, and the website you can find it at the end of the DVD, and you can purchase Maka Tendo appearing canes from them. Now, so the first thing we're going to talk about is a classic silk to cane effect. What I'm holding here is a Maka Tendo appearing cane. It's a colored appearing cane, purple color, and I have a purple silk tied to it. This is an 18-inch silk or 45 centimeter diagonal silk, Japanese silk tied onto the appearing cane. So now I'm going to share with you different methods of doing a silk to cane transformation. In fact, I'll be sharing with you 5 different ways to do it. So the first method for silk to cane transformation goes like this. This is a standard silk to cane transformation. To practice how to appear the cane, what you want to do is you want to just practice opening and closing your hand, okay, with the cane in your fist as it's about to spring out. So we're holding on to it like this, you open and close your hand, and that will cause the cane to appear. So this is a standard silk to cane transformation. What you want to do is simply just wave the silk, and as the silk is on the upward wave, like this, then you appear the cane, and that will cause the silk to transform into the cane. So we're going to do it one more time. This time side view, you can see the silk go up, and instantly open and close your hand will transform the silk into the appearing cane. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Watch, it goes like this. Silk to cane. Like that. The silk transform into the cane. This is called the fist appearance, whereby you have the silk wrapped up on your fist and it instantly changes into a cane in your fist. And this is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest silk to cane transformation sequence which you can do. As usual, we have the cane collapse on the silk, tight onto the silk. Then you're going to release the cane first. Then you're going to punch your right fist with the cane towards the center of the silk. So right here, the cane is actually underneath. There we go. And now I'm going to open and close my hand, appearing the cane on my hand. And that will cause the entire silk draped around my fist to transform into the cane. So this is the fist transformation. Another very simple and visual transformation. This is called the toss appearance. For the toss appearance, it's the simplest silk to cane transformation you can do. To do the toss appearance, same thing. You have the cane held in your hand. Just open the cane, and now you're going to let the cane spring out from your fist, from your palm over here. It's going to just spring out, and with a tossing motion, that will cause the entire cane to expand in the air. I'm going to show you in slow motion how this happened. With the silk here, as I toss it out, this is what's going to happen. The cane will expand while pushing against the palm of my right hand. Then as I toss the cane up, that will cause the silk to transform into the appearing cane. I'm going to do it one more time, this time at regular speed. Watch the silk transform into the appearing cane. That's one thing you do have to take note if you're performing in low ceiling, like my ceiling over here. Don't do the toss appearance. You might want to consider another appearance. However, if you have a very high ceiling, the toss appearance can be a very visual and nice transformation. Watch the silk. It's going to transform into a cane. This is the stroke appearance. For the stroke appearance, it's another very easy and simple silk to cane transformation, and also very visual. And I highly recommend to use the silk of the exact same color as the cane. Some magicians may use like a red silk with a black cane, but if you're doing the stroke transformation, preferably use the exact same color. The effect is a bit better. So to perform the stroke transformation, we have the cane, tie on the silk as well. Wave the silk like this, stroke the silk, twirl the silk, and now I'm going to toss the silk to the right, and with my right hand holding the cane palm upwards, like this, I'm going to let the cane release towards my left palm, right here. As it's released, I'm going to stroke to the right with my right hand over the silk. As it reaches to the end, I'm going to push the cane to the right, grabbing the center of the cane, turn around and display the cane. This is the stroke transformation. It's a very visual transformation of the appearing cane, and if you do realize, it cuts away the sound. Every time you appear the cane, there's usually a sound. Doing this transformation cuts away the sound from the appearing cane. The last transformation we're going to talk about is another very stunning visual transformation, whereby the silk will get sucked into the hand and instantly transform into a cane. This is also a very easy transformation to learn. What we're going to do is the same thing. Release the cane, twirl the silk, At this point, with the cane held in the right hand, I'm going to pull the silk with the left hand, like this, forming a straight line, kind of like wanting to shoot a little, like shoot the silk out towards the front. And all I'm going to do is simply let the cane release downwards. Okay? We're going to hold on to the top of the cane and let the cane release downwards. As it releases downwards, it's going to take the silk with it, and it's going to get sucked into the fist and transform into the cane. In slow motion, it looks something like this. The silk slowly goes into the fist and transform into the cane. So I'm going to show you one more time in regular speed. And in regular speed, it looks something like this. Toss the cane up, and then you can pose, and this is another visual silk to cane transformation. So there we have it. That's 5 ways to transform a silk into a cane. If you are performing an act whereby you have multiple silk to cane effects in your show, I highly recommend to use different versions and different methods to create variety in your routine. Thank you very much. Okay, for this next part of the DVD, this next routine, we're going to talk about different techniques to split an appearing cane. So over here we have 2 Makatendo appearing canes. If you already transform a silk into a cane, you can also next perform an effect whereby you transform 1 cane into 2 by splitting it. Now it's a very different approach as to appearing another cane and splitting a cane. If you do split a cane, it should look like you are splitting a cane instead of appearing another cane like this. So if you are going to split the cane, there are some techniques in terms of the movement and the routine which you're going to do. So the first one we're going to do is a basic cane split, transforming 1 into 2. The technique to transform 1 to 2, the split cane technique, the way I learnt it, and I've also seen Makatendo in his lecture in the past shared some ways to do a split cane. And the way I understand the split cane is you need to use a bigger action to cover the smaller action of the cane appearing. Okay, so the action of the cane appearing, got to use a bigger action to cover, as such that it will look like both canes come from the same place. It gets split into 2, from 1 to 2. So the action we're going to do is a double C. Okay, from down to up. This movement, okay, drawing 2 C's like this. When both hands meet, that is when the right hand is going to appear this cane right here. So I'm going to try to do it in slow motion. From here, it's going to go up, and as they both meet in the center, this is when the cane will appear, and then I go up to show 2 canes. Okay, in regular speed, it will look a little bit more impressive, and it looks something like this. Okay, 1, 2, 2 canes. Now we're going to talk about another cane split right now. The other cane split is not as dynamic as the first one. The other cane split looks something like this. You show 1 cane and it splits into 2. So this cane split is has a bit more gentle approach. And the technique is also rather simple. And also I highly recommend if you're doing cane splits. I should say this just now. I think I've said it. They should be the same color, especially this one. So we start off with the cane and the collapsed cane right here. I usually hold them in the same hand until I want to split the cane. Then I toss it to the other hand. Then we split it. So now we're going to pass it around. I'm going to hold the cane by the bottom of the cane. Next, I'm going to appear the cane over here, release the cane. I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to line both canes side by side. Okay, and when I line them side by side, I'm going to release the cane to the palm of my hand. Kind of like the stroke cane appearance. And I'm going to hold them together. Now I have 1 cane release at the back. Okay, right there. And now I'm going to simply just stroke the cane. As I stroke the cane, again, exposed view, I'm going to release, okay, the other cane behind this cane in front. Now when I reach the end, preferably they will appear about the same length. So now I have 2 canes over here. I'm going to keep them parallel to the floor. I'm going to move my hand back to the center. Okay, move my hand back to the center, and now we can split the cane simply by bringing them up, down like this, separating up and down. Or you can do a technique whereby you use your thumb to suspend the cane, and with the index and middle finger, I'm going to clip the cane in front and pull it up like that. Okay, very simple, balance on the thumb, index and middle finger, clip the cane in front, and shoop, push it upwards like that. So this is another version of the split cane. Now, next up, I would like to share with you one of my version of a split cane, which I created, I think it was back in 2002. And it has kind of like a very big action, a more dynamic version of a split cane. And it looks something like this. We have a cane and splits into two canes. So basically the approach of this split cane, what I was thinking back then was, if I'm angry, actually I'm not angry, it's just in terms more of a movement thing. I take a cane, I break it into two with my thigh, okay, like this. And as I break it, it instantly transforms into two canes. So the technique wise is the exact same thing. I release the cane in my right hand. So now the left hand's empty. I toss it over. It should look like I'm taking this cane and breaking it into two on my thigh. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put both hands together, almost in a crossing action. I'm going to let this cane hit my thigh. It should look like I'm holding this cane and breaking it with my thigh. I'm going to appear the cane over here, like creating a little an X. Then I'm going to come up with a big action. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And this should create a perfect illusion of one cane being broken into two canes. So if your act has lots of big movements, if you're moving a lot, or you're dancing a lot, or if it's part of an act with kung fu or fighting, this may be a nice little flourish for a cane split which you can do. So here we have it, 3 versions of a cane split. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, right now we're going to explain a rather interesting way to appear an appearing cane. And this is the interlock cane production. It was first shared to me in 2008 when I was performing in a tour in China. I was performing with a friend by the name of John Song-min from Korea, and he shared this idea with me. And he's given me permission to share it in my lectures and in this DVD as well. So to do the interlock cane production is based on a concept of an interlock ball production. So if you do the ball production with the interlock technique, it's a little similar. What we do is this: we start off with the cane palm in the right hand, of course, and the left hand is empty. I'm going to come over here, and with my left thumb and first finger, I'm going to take the appearing cane, like this. Okay? Left thumb and first finger is going to come and take the appearing cane. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my right hand palm outwards, and this cane is going to be placed on the back of my right hand, like that. Okay, it's very simple technique. Just the left hand come and take this, then the right hand will turn. Okay, both hands, fingers crossed, thumb and first finger take this, right hand will turn, and this goes behind, like that. And when I turn around, it's the exact same thing. And next thing I do, I just simply appear the cane in between both palms, separate both hands, and there we go, we have a cane in between your hands. So this is the interlock cane production. Okay, this is the double interlock cane production. It's an idea which I innovated from the single interlock cane production, because Songmin did share with me a version of his double interlock cane production as well, but the technique, the handling was just a little bit too difficult. So I changed the technique of the handling slightly. However, I have never used this in a performance yet, so maybe you could use this idea to innovate some other cane production ideas from this. Or you could simply do the first interlock cane production and with the second cane, perform a split cane. So to do a double interlock cane production, the technique goes like this. Both canes are held in the right hand, pretty much the same way. The left hand is empty. And now I'm going to come over here to the bottom of this. Instead of grabbing the cane like this for the single interlock held behind, now I'm going to grab the cane like this, as such that I'm able to grab two canes like this, and it still can be hidden behind. Okay, so with both hands right here, I'm going to come here, thumb and index finger is going to come and pick this up, and then I'm going to turn my wrist, okay, to cover both canes at the back. Then I'm going to turn my wrist back around, and I'm going to feed both canes back into my right hand, pass one cane over to the left, so I have one cane in each hand. Now I could appear both canes, one in each hand, or I can produce the first cane in between two hands like this. Then I can do a holdout just by tossing the cane to my arm, then perform a single interlock cane production of the second cane. So this is the double interlock cane production. Thank you very much. This is absolutely one of my favorite cane production techniques. I first learned it from a video, a DVD from Shimada. It was published by Steven's Magic Emporium, and Shimada explained this cane production, which he used in his Dervac. And it was actually a cane production also published inside a magazine. In Genie magazine, I think it was many, many years ago. I kind of forgotten the technique, the exact technique which Shimada did, so I created my own technique in terms of performing this cane production. And I would like to share it with you. So to do this, we need a silk and an appearing cane. So this silk is a 24-inch silk, or 60 centimeter, right across, like this. So with the silk and the cane palm, this is what you are going to do. I am going to tie a knot with this silk. Okay, and while tying the knot, I'm not going to complete the knot just yet. As you can see, I'm tying the knot and holding it out with the left hand. Okay, I'm going to do it very slowly. The right end is going to go over the left end, like this. Then the index finger, okay, 3 fingers right here, the index finger is going to kick this end right across underneath, like this. So we have 2 ends here and a big loop over there. Now, usually if I'm using a purple silk, I will use a purple cane, but for explanation purposes, I'm going to be introducing the white cane over here so you can see exactly where the cane goes. So, to appear the cane, I'm going to take this cane, I'm going to go in from the right, punching my arm through the hole. Okay, I'm going to appear the cane and appear the cane to the palm of the left hand. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Watch, this goes right in here, goes into the palm of the left hand. So here we have the cane pushed between both palms. With the thumb and next finger, I'm going to clip this end over here. Thumb and next finger is going to clip the other end over there, like that. So now we have the silk. Okay, it's knotted around the appearing cane. If I keep my hand closed, the cane is right there. If I extend the cane and tie the knot at the same time, this will cause the knot to tie around the cane. Okay, so we can do this right now in slow motion. You can see. Okay, in exposed view, it looks something like this. Okay, we're going to try to keep the silk and the cane parallel to the floor as it extends all the way towards the end. You can do 2 things. Number 1, you could drop the 2 ends down like this, appearing the cane. Either that, or you can toss the entire cane and the silk up into the air, and that will reveal the cane, dropping both ends over here. Usually, after this, I like to just slide the knot down and remove the cane upwards to complete this routine. I'm going to do it one more time in performance mode with the white cane. so you can see exactly where it goes. We're going to talk you through. We're going to rope the silk, tie a knot like this, take this cane, punch it right through the silk, appear the cane, pull both ends, drop the silk, and there we go, we have a cane. There we go, this is the Shimada cane production. I hope you like it. This is the Rainbow Cane production. Now, Maka Tendo have also produced one of the most beautiful canes. It's called a rainbow cane or a 4-colored cane. It has 4 colors here, the green, red, yellow, and blue. I guess the reason why they call it the rainbow cane because it would be too many syllables to say green, red, yellow, blue cane or blue, yellow, red, green cane. So it's commonly known as a rainbow appearing cane. So this is a Maka Tendo rainbow appearing cane. And I have combined it with another effect which is known as the 4 square blendo. So what I have here is the 4 square blendo routine. This is made in Italy. The 4 square blendo silk, very nice silk. And personally, when I create routines for my commercial shows, I like everything to be self-contained. Meaning, I don't have to like hold out too many things or ditch and steal so many things when I'm doing one routine. So this is a perfect example of a routine which I do in my show, which is entirely self-contained. Now, if you have a 4 square blendo set, you will know that apart from this blendo silk, there should also be 4 additional ends, and they are missing. And you realize I didn't ditch anything. Where are the 4 ends? The 4 ends are hidden inside this cane, right over here. Okay. Right here. I basically tied the 4 ends onto the rainbow appearing cane, like this. Next thing, when you are performing the classic 4 square blendo, you would have to hold the blendo silk and the 4 ends in one hand. And you have to maybe set them up inside your case with a clip or a rubber band tying them together, and when you pick them up, you can release the clip. Now, the appearing cane, apart from using it as an appearance prop, it could also be a very good silk holder. Let me explain. Now we can take this silk and push it right here, put it underneath the spring flap of the cane. So now this cane acts as a perfect silk holder for your 4 square blendo routine. Therefore, when I'm holding the cane, I am holding 4 silks. It's very natural. I could pass them from hand to hand. I could have this entire thing set up inside my case, and when I want to perform this effect, it's as simple as going in, look for the cane, pick up the cane, and I have 4 silks in my hand. There we go. So this is a silk holder, and it's a production prop as well. And not only that, the cane will vanish this 4 ends later. So let me explain the performance of the 4 square blendo. What we do is this. First, you start by showing the 4 silks. I like to call attention to the 4 ends on top, right here. Shake the silk wave at the bottom. Again, gather the silk just like this, in between both hands. Toll up the silk, rope it up, and we're going to do a zigzag fold from the right to the left. Bum, 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 bum. And as I continue towards the end, as you see, when I do the last fold, basically I am removing this setup, this blendo silk, away from the appearing cane. But both hands are placed next to each other. Up next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise 2 fingers from my left hand, index and middle finger, and we're going to use the index and middle finger to clip the entire blendo silk. Okay, so the right hand is free, and everything is here. So in the palm, I have the cane with the 4 ends, and left hand, index and middle finger clipping the blendo silk. The next thing I'm going to do is transfer the cane from my left hand to the right hand. I'm going to grab the cane with the right hand, and not only that, I'm going to fold this 4 little tiny silks in half, okay, and push them into my right hand. So after this is done, now we're going to perform the blendo effect. To perform the blendo effect, there's one thing you do have to take note. You have to remember colors. I always remember blue and yellow. These are two colors I remember. So blue and yellow. So I grab blue, and with one hand I'm going to pass it over to the thumb of the left hand. Yellow with the right hand, and when I drop off everything, we have the blendo silk. Okay, so this is a very nice visual effect. I'm going to release the silk from here. So over here we've just performed the first effect. We transform 4 silks into 1, and next, with the cane palmed here, and with the 4 ends over here, we are going to do the Shimada cane production, like we learned before, tying a knot right here, like this, taking this cane, punch it right through the knot, but now you do have to take note about one thing, because we have silks tied onto this, so you can't move that fast. So after I release the cane, as I put my palm towards this, I'm going to slowly get the silks into the cane first. And after it passed the cane, which is about this much, then I'm safe to move fast and appear the 4-colored cane, just like this. I know what you are thinking right now. You must be thinking, what if I'm already doing the Shimada cane production in another part of my routine? In another cane act, you are already doing this Shimada cane production. So you do have one more possibility, okay? Another way to appear this rainbow cane with the 4 square blendo silk, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So I'm going to set it up again. So we're going to set up the entire 4 square blendo setup. So now this is the way you can appear your cane as well. Just swap the silk, perform the 4 square blendo effect, exactly the same way. Okay, just like this. We're going to grab the blue and the yellow, produce the blendo. So now if you're not doing the Shimada cane production, you could do a production which looks something like this. Just simply toss this silk, okay, I usually like to release the silk on the right, over the right hand, appear the cane underneath, okay, remove the silk and appear the cane under the silk. It kind of looks like you are removing the 4 colors from the silk, transforming it into a cane. And this is another very pretty production of a rainbow cane from a blendo silk. Now this routine does not necessarily have to be part of a cane act. I have used this routine as part of a silk act. I have also used this routine as part of an MC opening sequence, or as an opening sequence for a kid show, as a talking act, or as part of almost any general magic act. You can do this routine. It's one of my favorite routines as well to do in my show, so I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Okay, up next I'd like to share another effect which I perform in my shows. This is the rose to silk to cane transformation. It's always nice to have this 3-step transformation effect, and I do a couple of this version in my shows. I have different other ideas as well, and one of the more popular routines include one from Fantasio, whereby a candle transforms into a silk, then to a cane. For this rose to silk to cane, it's very convenient, it's very easy to do, and it's a nice act which you can do in the middle of your show or as part of an opening sequence as well. So this is a standard silk to cane setup. Okay, we're going to roll up the silk just like how you would roll up a regular silk, just like this. And now I'm going to show you this little gimmick which I make over here. Now this is a rose stem with a wire hook on top. Now, many magicians have created similar gimmicks. One of the most popular ones comes from Norm Nielsen. Norm Nielsen has this rose to silk gimmick, which he attaches to a lapel and have the silk there and transform into a rose into a silk. Tony Clark has a version as well. I've seen a couple of more versions released by other magicians. And Tom Urasid from America has a version whereby it's a rose stem as well. The only thing I added, because of the appearing cane sequence, I use this for an appearing cane, I added magnets to the edge right here, the top over here, because the cane will then attach onto the magnet right there, just like this. Okay, as you can see. So now this is a complete self-contained act which you can perform easily. So this is set usually inside my case. When I want to move on to this effect, I go inside, I grab the cane like this. Now while grabbing the cane, it looks like I'm holding the rose. At this point in time, I'm going to tip the rose like this. When I tip the rose, it shows the entire rose. I'm holding it only with my thumb and index finger, and my palm is holding the cane. I'll smell the rose, remove the rose from this, tap the rose with the stem, that transform the rose into a silk. Then I can go on to transform this silk into a cane. Now, if you are doing this rose to silk transformation, this gives you an opportunity as well to create a couple more routines with this, such as if you have the rose, take the rose out, tap it, change it to a silk, and as you put this away, it gives you a chance to pick up something from your case. In this case, I'm going to pick up another appearing cane. So we have the purple silk. Then I take the purple silk and transform it into 2 appearing canes. So this is another nice way to involve some other elements into a cane routine as well. So this is the rose to silk to cane transformation. I hope you'll like this one. This is the cane to silk routine. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Makatendo's canes are soft canes which allows you to collapse the canes very quickly. So we're going to show you how we can transform the cane into a silk. As you can see, I have rolled up the silk already. So it's rolled up right here. Okay. Next thing, we're going to have the silk, it could be in your pocket, it could be in the case, ready for you to pick it up. So this is a cane which we're going to be using to perform the cane to silk transformation. Now, to practice this technique of closing the cane, what we're going to do is this. We are going to twist the cane, twisting it one side, okay, makes it tighter, we're twisting it the other side, and this way it's actually clockwise, that will make it looser. So this hand is going to twist this way, this hand is going to twist this way in reverse action, and we're going to put both hands together, and that will collapse the cane. Okay, just like this. So now, we are going to show you how to do that. With the cane in the left hand, the right hand I'm going to go there and pick up the silk. So usually if you are ditching away something, that's when you have the perfect opportunity to grab the silk. So the silk is grabbed entirely inside the palm of my hand, right here. So this cane is spun. All I need is the thumb and index finger of the right hand. I'm going to put the index finger into the hole of the appearing cane. This hand is going to come here to the palm. I'm going to twist the cane and push it together, but I'm going to go sideways, like that. Okay, as I turn, I'm going to go sideways because it's not so impressive to do this. People can see you collapsing the cane. So if you do this, it kind of hides the action of you pushing it together. So now we're going to do it from exposed view. Let's say the audience is on this side. You can see this. We're going to turn to this side, close the cane. And at this point in time, my left hand is going to take over the cane. And my right hand holding the silk is just simply going to pinch the end of the silk and drop the silk, just like this. And after I drop the silk, then I carry on to push the cane into the left hand. Then we can move on. So we're going to show you one more time in slow motion. The silk rolled up and palmed in the right hand. Okay, right here, palm in the right hand. The cane already extended. Audience on this side. We're going to hold the cane like this to the audience. We're going to twist, come to the side, left hand take over, right hand release the silk, and we're going to gather the cane together with both hands. Then we can move on. And after this, if you want to, you can then produce the cane from the silk with the Shimada cane production, with just like a flash appearance like this. That is possible as well. So this is the cane to silk transformation. Thank you very much. Now we're going to show you how you can add a burst of confetti from your appearing cane. Now, as mentioned before, the cane can be used to clip different objects like the silk, which you saw in the Rainbow Cane production. So you can also use the cane to clip a stack of confetti. Now, I first saw this idea used by my friend from Korea as well, Songmin. And what he do is he will add a little stack of the snowstorm confetti onto his appearing cane, on all his appearing cane, to create that little effect. Over here, I have some mylar confetti, some square mylar confetti. So I'm going to just add a little small stack and clip it to the cane right here. There we go. So now the cane can still be handled like a regular appearing cane. Only thing is that when it appears, when the spring appears, it's going to cause confetti to boom, burst right in midair. So it creates a very nice flutter effect. Personally, I would not add this into every single appearing cane I use in my show. Maybe just to one or two. That would add some nice touches to your act. Now, while on the subject of using the cane as a holder, you can also use the cane as a holder for your silk to cane routine to hold this silk. Let me explain. So if you have the cane here and the silk rolled up on the cane, of course, sometimes you can have this in your case, you can have it on a holder so that it would not move around, or you can simply take this rolled up silk and stuff it into the spring flap of the appearing cane, right here, just like this. Now, if you stuff it right over here, now this entire setup can go into your case, can go into your pocket without worrying the silk will go out of place. And when you pick up the entire setup in your hand, all you have to do to appear the silk is simply use your thumb to go from the bottom and push the silk upwards, and that way we have a silk, which allows you to transform the silk into a cane. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this DVD, but just before we go, there's just one last final thing I'd like to share with you. If you are using appearing canes in your act, you might be thinking about one thing, is where you put your canes after you appear them. Well, if you have a case which has a holder, like a ditch bag or what, you can of course put the cane in the ditch bag. Or you can put the cane on the table like this. However, this may create a bit of an obstruction. You know, you may hit on something. I don't think you should drop the cane on the floor. I've ever left a cane on the floor and forgotten to pick it up. There we go, that's a couple $100 lost, just like this. If you're using a little briefcase to hold, this is a little leather briefcase to hold your canes and your accessories. It's a little messy inside, you can see the silks. However, the handle over here, okay, it's a little leather handle. It's perfect for me to put a cane right there. Now, if your table is not that tall, for this case, it's just nice. You can see we still have about maybe 10 inches on top over here, so that the cane will not slide off easily. Now, if you're using a toolbox with a plastic handle, those handles are a little bit bigger, and because they're plastic, they're a little smooth, so the canes might slide off. With the leather handle, this works perfectly. Now, if you do not have a case, if you're using just a manipulator's table, you might want to consider making a ditch bag. Let me explain what's a ditch bag, and this is the ditch bag which I use right over here. Now, this ditch bag is made of a basket with two hooks over here, where you can hook it onto a table or onto a case. And I simply cut the bottom of the basket off so it's bottomless. Then I sew up a little black bag, I tape it to the basket, and there we go, we have a little ditch bag. Now, this ditch bag can be used for canes, it can be used for silks, or anything. So if I have a case or a manipulator's table, I'll then take this and hook it onto the case, which allows me to ditch my canes into that, just like this. Okay? So these are just some ideas and final thoughts for professional cane techniques. I hope you've enjoyed this DVD. If you do have any questions, please do contact me, and I look forward to see you soon. Thank you very much.